Hey, it's Skip with Hammerworks Renovation. I'm over here with the Wrangler YJ. I'm going to pull out this dash. I've got a replacement. Get rid of this here. Replace these gauges. I've already painted it black. Gonna see how hard this is to take apart. So it looks like amongst the red dirt here, there's a lot of these Phillips screws or lack. I'm just going to start pulling them out, see what I got left. I hope that I can get this radio, see why it don't work. At least have a little tunes while we're cruising the dirt roads. So even with this little stubby here, the angle is still not what I need to be able to get that out of there. So, I guess I'm going to go with this here. A 1/4 inch socket on a ratchet. And it's trying to strip out on me. So it turns out that bit I had was a number 1. Definitely works better with a number 2. So if you're going this route, remember that this is not magnetic, and the bit will fall right out and it's probably gone forever. Now I gotta go find me another number 2. Okay, this piece is loose and it's going to slide out, and there is our Sony. Let's take a look at it. Alright, so the radio's out and that fuse is good. And this one here is also good. So it could be another fuse, or it could be that it's just not a good radio anymore. Okay, onward. Gauge time. So that screw is a little hard to get to, so I went ahead and took these out. This little panel pops out. There's all the bulbs right there. So that's a little easy to replace. And then this just falls out the bottom. So I've been curious about all these plugs before I took anything apart that were hanging down. And it turns out this Jeep was originally an air conditioning unit, because the compressor and the evaporator and the condenser are still up front, but they just took out one of the most important parts. So there's a drain hose there. So that's disappointing. It's hot down here in Georgia and air would be great. So I've gotten the visible screws out and I'm curious, how do I get this piece out here? Well, fortunately, I've got the piece I've already painted. I can look at the back and there are 2 holes there and 2 holes there. I guess I've got to figure out how to get up behind this, and hopefully it's Phillips. Well, using my good old video camera here, also has a mirror, I can see that it is not Phillips, that those look like, I don't pretend I'm guessing, but it is 11mm. Look at there, sneaky. There we go. So here's the side-by-side of the parts I picked up that I painted and the old parts. So the old one here in gray is in good condition still. This one here though is broken. So I'm not going to use that. I'm going to spray this one. So it looks like, I'm not sure what that was for, but it's not on this one. Here's the side by side of, this is the old gauge and this is the new one. And I mean, there's a crack, so visually there's that one issue. Look at the back side. So it looks like maybe they tried to hot rod the clock, and these pieces are popped out of it. So that may have been why some of the gauges didn't work. And it looks like it's just had water running down in it. So this new one looks okay, so I'm going to use that. There's the old glove box. Not in bad shape, just needs some paint. Here's the one that needs to be sprayed, and well, it has been sprayed. It's got one coat on it, so you can see some of the light spots there. And the instrument cover. And the old. So, not that the parts were in bad shape, but this dash cover was the entire reason why I purchased all this. It is not cracked. It's in really good shape. Or this one. Looks like they tried to fix it with some tissue paper and some duct tape. Very cracked. And this piece here, I'll just have to mask that off. Spray it black to match. So in order to get this dash pad out, you can see where it goes up under the actual windshield. So I've got to take these out and these out here for the sport bar on both sides, and then I can lean the windshield down. And I will probably go ahead and replace the windshield wiper motor while I'm in there. So because I can't find my T40 socket for a Torx, I got to use this here, and this thing was a pain in the tail trying to get in. This cup holder that doesn't really hold anything but like a drink can. So I'm going to take off this bolt here. Same size, same function. I'm just going to take it off instead. So here is your windshield wiper motor. If you ever lay the windshield down, just go ahead and check it out. This one turns like really slow, so it's getting replaced. Now I'm going to pull out all these Phillips screws here that hold the dash pod on and get them taken out. So I went ahead and took this piece out here too. There's 4 screws on the bottom and this one here, and there are 2 plugs that run right up behind the back. Here's one of them here, and that's the other one there. So behind every Jeep Wrangler must be a Ford. Not that. So let's grab a T27 and go ahead and pull this wiper motor off of here. Then I'll just go ahead and take it off here. Then I can lower the wire into the hole. Alright, so I had to push the snap ring off to get it off of there. And it doesn't fall far. It's going to be a challenge to get it back on there. worked. And maybe the snap ring and all the hair that's on it, maybe I can feed it back on. Popped right on. How about that? Had my gasket upside down. Get that right. There's a groove in it if you're not sure. The groove makes up to the body of the crank here. There's a reason I was having a hard time getting this out. See right there, melted the original plug. That explains issues with the wipers. Feed this one back in. Sounds better. So first dash panel is in a nice black color. Swapped off this gauge. The gauge works. I think the center does not. The only thing that doesn't work is the clock. So I got a little more of the dash in. Now I'm to the glove box, and I couldn't use this piece here. It didn't come with the studs. The other one has studs, so I had to go paint it. Now my glove box door is an issue. It was loose when we got it. The new dash did not come with it. And this is new hinge I've oiled up. Now it works good. But as you can see, all the little studs that molded this hinge on are gone. And it should sit like that. So, I've got to drill holes. See these three bigger holes? There's one there in the corner. I'm going to use these. So this will be visible from the outside. In 3 spots. I don't have a whole lot of choice unless I want a dangling, rattling glove box. You see there's a crack here. I need to fix that before I go any further. So my tool for fixing it is this heat gun. With these little pieces here. Now if you saw my pool pump repair video, you saw me use these and it worked great. Made the pool pump stop leaking. I'm going to try it on this. Alright, I've got it plugged in. Now you just slide this fitting in here. But don't pull the trigger yet, because that's what makes it hot. So what I'm going to do is right here is where I need to drill through. I'm going to go here. Now once it gets smoking hot, got to remember not to let it go too far through, because you don't want it to go all the way through the front of this thing. Let's see. See, I did not go through. Now I'm going to add one more right here, just for some extra strength. Remember, hold it still till the plastic has solidified. There we go. And I'm going to cut those little pins off. So if you wanted a close-up view, so I clipped the two little, I guess the four little tabs that were there and got the bolts in. Now, when this hinge closes, I'm going to have to trim this bolt here. So, and I don't love it, but I love the door working. So, I'm going to grind down this center bolt. Alright, now let's see if that's enough. Alright, it's in. I probably took off a little more than I ought to have. Didn't account for the thickness of the actual door and for the little bracket there. But, lesson learned. Alright, ground the other two down. It's the finished product. I don't know if I want to spray them black, leave them natural. Alright, got the glove box put back in. Well, at least the four studs. I just gotta put these screws in here, and then we can put the door on. So because I bolted the door on, this piece won't go in easy. It sticks out over the ledge there. So I'm going to take the side cutters and I'm going to snip that right there. Now with that flat edge, that'll slide right in. It works again. So here is the dash. Got dyed black. There's the glove box I hot rodded. Now it can hold stuff. Don't have a radio for it. Probably gonna get one of those little cheap radios to go in there. Just something to play some music.